Servus and welcome to this channel. This is my first video in English and I hope you enjoy. I am Mr. Stampfer and this is the tutorial how to draw an ear. Prost!
So, welcome to my desk. That is another project I'm working right now. Here we have a white sheet, short range zoom, then restart directly. I'm also testing a new lens. No idea if you discover a quality difference in comparison to the other videos. Drawing an ear. How do we do that? I will show you now. First, let's draw a border on the sheet so I can see if I'm still in the right frame. Now let's draw a temporary border in which we place the ear. The difficulty in drawing the ears lies on the whole lines which are into the ear shells. Because of that reason I developed a system that allows you to remember easily how these lines arise. We need a commercial aid, that's our basic form, and we need them as a supportive base to construct all other lines. Here we start and do the lower lines a little bit darker. The sharp inner corners are rounded off slightly. Down below go into the curve and turn right. Then pull up slightly. Afterwards we reflect the bow and draw it larger rounded. Remember this concept with the 8, this makes the first lines fit. Everything else grows up around this 8. The top end of the 8 stays open. Here will be a way you can drive into the 8. Almost like a sloping descent. That's why we leave a little space here and reflect the line above. It will look like that. The line on the right is now connected with the top. However, not with the line on the entrance, that is a common mistake. We leave that line open and pull the other line slightly up above. The line runs practically under this bow and disappears about here. The open line now takes care of the upper part. It goes up in the upper left and comes down below on the right, almost parallel again. At this place the typical fold arises. We move from up here in a nice shape down. In this way you can significantly characterize the ear, whether it's round to become oval or wrinkled. Here we can incorporate it fine details. That would be the inner part. Next up is the exterior. Here we start again at the top left and draw the line past the interior. The distance of the line to each other is also useful to make a difference to other ears, depending on how thick or thin you create the part of the upper ear. This is different for all people, and in this case it's just one of many possible variants to draw an ear. Move the line around here. Down below we are a bit thinner and then go over the ear globe. Shape right and left. Part completed. There are two lines in the inner ear. Once this one with lights ring and next to it the other one which slides past it. So we have drawn an ear. That was all the witchcraft. Well, we could place a few shadows to make it look a little more plastic. That would look like this. So we have one of many possible variants to draw an ear. The important thing is the principle to grow these lines out of the 8. Above is the entrance created, which allows you to come in the inner part. Shortly behind, one line goes into it and the other one is going out of there. The inner line runs around it and comes down, matching this position. After that, only one contour comes around the ear and the witchcraft is done. Of course, we could give the ear a little bit of color. We have to pay attention to that because we work with pencil and crayon. Both mixed together leaves one greasy, slimy impression arise. This you can also use as an effect. In that case it's only a small test to see how the new paper behaves. I hope I could help you with this tutorial. I wish you a nice day. Auf Wiedersehen.